we get someone else's champion form. We are 10 episodes in, and up until this week, all we were getting were more Gamamon forms. Now don't get me wrong, I follow the Holy Church of Gamamon's cuteness just like everyone should, but I was really getting worried we were going to do that thing they've done a couple times where the other two characters just get both their Digivolutions in one episode because they're just going to be treated as one character. A problem Digimon has had in the past. But yeah, no, this week we got that, and that is the big thing, but obviously we're still going to talk about the episode because this one was pretty fun. I like this. So the premise to this one is it's exactly like your parents and your teachers back in the 90s told you. The video games are coming to kill you. They are the evil. They will destroy society. They will bring everything toppling down around us. That's right. I still remember you, Miss Keen, back in second grade. I remember when you took my Game Boy and my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's right. I may not have known what the capital of my state is, but I knew how to evolve into a Charizard, god damn it. I still don't know what the capital of New York is. Who cares? We all know it's Manhattan. Anyways, so yeah, the big shtick in this episode is that two Digimon who, funnily enough, also got their cards in set 6, Double Diamond, if I'm correct. Just like last week or the week before was about Sistermon Ciel, who also just got her card. That's not really important, it's just kind of weird to me. But anyways, yeah, so we got two Digimon who they're kind of tracking people through this fighting game, and anyone who gets 20 straight wins, they challenge to a fight, and when they lose, they then proceed to transport them into this dude's giant gourd so they can be slowly turned into alcohol. That is so strange and specific, I love it. But yeah, no, this kind of goes back to the point I've been making a few times now, and that is, with each encounter and with each Digimon they deal with, you sort of see the kind of Digimon-human interactions becoming, like, more serious, more dangerous, more kind of, like, involved. Like, now it's not just weird stuff around the corner or, like, someone gets, like, attacked or whatever. It's the Digimon is literally hurting the person and sucking them in to the digital world while they'll get turned to booze. But I think this is very intentional. I do think there is this theme that as we go, like, the interactions are going to get more dangerous, so eventually we get to big citywide destruction our characters can't hide. Still have no idea how no one noticed Siren Mun. But yeah, no, I think eventually where this is going is you'll start seeing the attacks becoming more prevalent, probably around the time we see everyone's ultimate forms. But that'll be a little later down the road. And so naturally, the only thing for our heroes to do is, like they do every week, to sort of lure the enemy out and try to deal with it once it's there. And the shtick for this time around is Kyoshiro, who is also very good at this game, has to challenge it, get to the 20-wing streak, so that way the evil Digimon will come out and they can deal with it, which naturally he does pretty much with no problem. And this brings me to a little gripe I have with how video games are usually represented in modern day media. And you see when he's fighting, he's using sort of like almost an older style gaming device, like when you see like old vintage gaming. Now let me make something clear. I'm not super into video games. I play Pokemon and one or two other things, but that's really it for me. It's just never really been my thing. So I don't really know a ton of it, but that looked like a very old style console, which doesn't bother me so much because we saw when it happened to Hero's friend who's still useless, we saw he used a more modern controller and another guy used a third thing, and they used VR headsets, which obviously are becoming more prevalent. So I don't think it falls into that, but that is something that always kind of annoys me when, like, gaming, like, whatever it's represented in media, will still use, like, sound effects from the 80s or the late 70s, and they'll still use controllers like that and all that sort of stuff, because that's just what the writers and animators know. Though I do still feel that here it is more of a stylistic choice, as since this guy is a big nerd, he would have more kind of, like, nerdy specific niche tech to use. But yeah, no, so then naturally the fight comes, the evil Digimon comes, and then we get the greatest dumb thing ever, which is Jellymon plugs herself into the game and proceeds to be Kyoshiro's character as they fight, and I love her dialogue. She's just like, "Number one!" And they go at it in this kind of goofy boxing match. Obviously, it's not super detailed or violent or anything, but it's just kind of hilarious. I love how Jellymon just chews scenery like it's nobody's business. And the amount of, like, compilation videos that pop up every week of just stuff she says sort of proves that everyone likes it too. But yeah, no, so they get through a big chunk of the fight. Kyoshiro is winning, so therefore they decide that we will go out and meet face to face. So they pop out, they then proceed to do the thing where they turn it into like the sort of pseudo space between here and the digital world so the building doesn't get destroyed. A part of me thinks it would be so metal if at some point a Digimon does something that goes off in the human world and just fucking murders all these kids. Like, how fucking awesome would that be if we just went like point of no return? They didn't push the button in time and everyone's dead. Oh wait, this is still technically a kid show? Alright, never mind then. So yeah, they come out and the big fight begins. Hero and Gamamon go up against the Gourd dude, where once again we just turn into the red Gamamon. I seriously hope they don't do that annoying thing where the blue form and then later the green form will only show up for like a couple episodes each to remind you they exist so they can sell toys or cards. I kind of hope they use them more strategically with other fights. Like, that's even something Cross Wars did, and I hate giving that show praise, but I thought they did a good time of balancing out different forms and why you use this over this, or what are the limitations of this, or why you have to do this more than anything else. And I just hope that we don't end up seeing other forms be meaningless here. But yeah, no, so they naturally get through the fight, and Kyoshiro freaks out. They introduce this concept, which I guess has always been happening, but here it kind of became a big deal, where after a certain point, he'll just fucking pass out of fear, which was funny. And naturally, he proceeds to pass out, and the Digimon's about to kill him and Jellymon, and right when things are about to go bad, Jellymon shocks him, he wakes up, mans the fuck up, his balls finally drop to protect his little waifu Digimon partner, and this then proceeds to cause them to fully sync so she can digivolve into Tesla Jellymon. Also, I love that they called it their limit break, and I play Cardfight Vanguard, so I know the phrase limit break. But yeah, no, I think this is a cool champion form. I like the name. I'm actually a big Nikola Tesla fan, and he doesn't nearly get the attention he deserves. And also just the sort of look of it is pretty cool, actually. I like how it's playful, I like how it's fun. It does a good job of keeping the sort of like Jellymon design in there and making it just feel like a power-up. However, this is maybe just me personally, I always find it weird when like their champion forms have the same naming convention as their rookie forms. Like, you know, V-Mon into X-V-Mon, and they've done this here. They did it in Appley Monsters. I don't know, I just kind of get used to the idea of like when they become champions, it's like they shed away their rookie forms, but it's neither here nor there. And then they fight, and again, just chewing scenery, having fun. Don't know if it really makes sense for her in this stage to be able to fight at this level, and they are able to save the others and free everybody, and the fight ends, and the episode ends, and the two go off. And I really like the bit how they're able to convince the one guy to calm them by just being like, yeah, you can just buy booze in our world. We'll get you more booze. You can raid my dad's stash. I know where that is. I was looking for his porn magazines, but can only find that. Well, yeah, no, that's cute. Also, I like the idea Bookemon and Tapirmon came back. We didn't see Clockmon, but, like, these two are fun. I hope they get to be reoccurring characters. But yeah, no, so then the episode ends with those two Digimon being like, we'll be back for another fight. Jellymon's like, bring it on, which is just fun. And then the final shot of the episode is Ruli and Angeromon, who didn't really do anything and were just kind of there to be there. I mean, I guess they can't really go to his dorm room, I suppose, because, you know, she's not from that school, and, you know, girl going to the boys' dorm. Also, you know, you can only fit so many characters in a scene before it gets crowded. So I guess it makes sense. And the final bit is Angeromon giving words of wisdom, and Ruli's like, what the fuck does that mean? I like that. Credits roll, and next week, I assume we're going to get Angeromon's champion form as well. Again, I have not looked up any spoilers. I only see what is presented to me in the 22-minute episode. But yeah, no, that was this week's episode of Digimon Ghost Game. A lot of fun. Really nice to see a champion form. And I'm coming back for my Yu-Gi-Oh cards and my Game Boy, damn it! But oh yeah, so that's that. As always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me next week for Weird Furry Bait.